Alrighty, Gatekeeper here. Here we have my first tube type amplifier repair. As many of you know, I only work on solid state RF devices. And I've been wanting to get into more AC type, plate modulated, glass, steel, ceramic, whatever. But hadn't really got into it yet. But so this is my first little tube type repair. Wasn't nothing too major. This is a personal amp of mine that I'm putting on eBay. That's one of the main reasons I'm making this video. And I have cooked these tubes in pretty well. I've left them on for about 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. So I'm sure they were already cooked in fine, but just to be safe. The quick story is I picked this box up here and sent it over there to Mr. Sparkplug out there in Tennessee, man. Real well-known technician, been doing it for over 40 years. And got them to upgrade the tubes. As you know, it does not come with these type tubes factory. You know, it's they're not top fed like that with the high voltage. But these right here are 6K M6s. If anybody is familiar with that, I have no idea what the characteristics are of them, drive and all that. That is a cigarette, yep. And I bet y'all get tired of hearing that. When you see something smoking, I just want you to make sure you know it ain't the box. But so I don't know the characteristics of that. I'm sure they can take a little bit of drive out there. I'm in the video. No, can't pause the video. And I'll be quick. I don't know if I can pause the video. So I'm just gonna be driving the hot radio into her. I could kind of see another driver tube driving these two. So I'm going to kind of do the characteristics of that and just kind of drive a about 8 RMS into her. Basically, I had sold this. I got it back and tested it, and it worked fine. I put it up on the shelf, took it back down to sell it right around when I was going on vacation this past year. And hooked it up, and it worked fine. Made the video, I believe, and everything. Sent it to the guy and let him check it out. But one thing I did not test was it in the off position. And it was just an honest mistake. We all make them. But for some reason, when the amplifier was in standby mode, it was not allowing RF to flow through it. So basically, the guy couldn't turn it off. You know, it wasn't allowing RF to flow through it. Well, I checked it out, tried to see what the problem was. I tried a little bit of this and that, and basically I couldn't figure out what it was. And I could tell it was something going through the keying tube. So that's where I want to give a special thanks to Mr. Beavis. My man Beavis out there, Catpicking Tennessee out there, Beavis CB Shop. Give him props and special thanks. I was just chatting with him on the phone one day, man, and he ran some ideas through me on bypassing that keying tube. And so we went ahead and ran with that. And tried 2 relays. It didn't work out. And finally just got a relay more closer to the specs that was in there. But just a little bit higher in specs. And I think it's about 5 amps higher. And it worked perfect. It worked perfect. So now it has a 12 volt relay instead of 110 volt. And now everything kind of is more like a solid state would be. This standby switch is no longer up to being standby. It's basically, that's the amp is off. There's no power going to the relay. That right there means there's power is going to the relay. Okay, so just to let you know about that. It ain't the way a regular tube type would be, where if you flip it up, well, a lot of them, it's in standby and it's not working. Then you flip it down and take it out of standby, which I have seen some that are off. But I'm just kind of letting you know that up means there's power going to the relay. It's out of standby. You flip it down to put it back in standby. Okay. Sideband, I had to put a sideband delay in as well, because that was going also through the keying tube. And that works very well. I've already tested out on the Cobra 148. Okay, just leave this on 10. None of the bands are in. There's also a hole in the back that I'm going to plug up. I took that switch out. Well, I think it's 40 to 20, 15 to 10. It wasn't even hooked up. I just took it out just to not confuse anybody. The only other thing I did is I ran another wire off the 12 volt AC and rectified it. As you can see, it's being rectified right here. And that cap's just filtering that out. And all this is a 12 volt regulator for the fan. I'm going to be soldering one more wire right here on the right side. I'm just going to run that wire on this side. And the fan's going to be mounted on the case. The case is out there being painted. I'm about done with it. Let's see if we can't zoom out there. You might even be able to see it in the video. Let's see. There she is. She's out there drying. I'm going to put about one more coat on there and she'll be done. But so it's going to have a 12 volt fan. And like I said, that's the regulator for it. Because that 12 volts rectifies out to about 18 volts. So I went ahead and did a LM7 7812 right there. So, all right, let's go ahead and show you what she's doing. The only other thing about the amp that I don't really like, but it's just the way it came. As you see, the tune right here, I guess the guy before marked that. That's where it tuned best at. But anyway, the tune right here, you see, it's got a knob like regular. Now this right here, it ain't that it's missing the knob. That's what I thought at first. I thought that the knob had broke off or something like that. No, it's not missing the knob. That's just the tuner that's in there. It's just that style of a tuner. It's a variable capacitor, and as you can see, that's where you change it at. I mean, I don't really like that. I thought about changing it, seeing about changing it, but I just decided to leave it. If somebody that gets this would want to change it, that's fine. Just get in there and match up take the capacitor out, put in a cat meter, see what the range is, and then go buy an air variable like that. It's the same range, and you'll be back in good. But the way I look at it, man, I just set it with a flathead screwdriver, and just leave it. So just to verify that's not a broke off knob. I don't really know why somebody, maybe the other one broke and that's all they had, that style, and put it in. So basically it's the right capacitor, it's just not the right style, you know what I'm saying, where you can put a knob on it. All right, go ahead and just show you real quick. We're on the bird meter here. We're on the 1000 watt slug. That will show. Okay. Let's go ahead and flip it on. Oh, yeah. Right there, almost 100 bird. I would say about 90 to 95. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Once you, just like any other tube amp, once you start keying on it, letting it warm up, it does go a little bit above 100 watts RMS. Oh yeah, it's about almost there now. Alrighty, let's go ahead and flip it up and let you take a look at the PEP. Oh yeah. Alrighty, that's right there, about 250 watts PEP. Oh yeah, there you go. All right, well there she be. Like I said, I do not know the characteristics of these tubes. I don't know how much drive they can handle. For all I know, they can handle more drive than what I'm putting in there, which is, actually, flip that off, just so I can show y'all exactly what we're putting in here, PEP wise. Be a little bit more closer to, okay. I throw in the 100-watt slug. I'm just kind of curious to see what we're putting in here PEP wise. Oh, yeah. All right, 40 watts PEP. All right, so I'm putting about 40 watts PEP. So, like I said, I don't know what they can handle. 6 KM6s. Maybe somebody can leave me something on the comment. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know something I don't. 6 KM6s. Maybe somebody can let me know on a comment or something what these tubes can take drive-wise. Maybe I'm driving them too hard now. Maybe I'm not driving them enough. I don't know. I'm not going to sit there and act like I do. But there you go. The standby switch works now fine. As you can see, I just showed you. And then there's it back in motion. Alrighty. Well, I'll get the top on this thing. This thing's been on all day. I'm just letting them in just in case, make sure it was cooked in properly, because those tubes are brand new. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me for about 11 minutes here and listening to my big mouth blab. And the meter on here, I didn't show it, but this meter does work on here, okay? This meter in the front does work. Give this thing a new paint job. It's not that bad, but if you give this thing a new paint job, if I took time to do it, man, this thing looked brand new. Like I said, the case will have a new paint job. It was scratched up, a little rusted, so I went ahead and took care of that. All right, whoever gets it, I hope you enjoy. 4-tube Raider, modified with 4 bigger tubes. 12-volt relay now. That's in standby, meaning the amplifier is off. Amplifier on. There's your SSB delay. Gatekeeper set it. We good and gone. God bless.